Today, they are standing by his side after he was arrested and released here at Delaney Hall. This is so much fun! So what are you waiting for? It's the perfect time of year to book your visit. They say that is far too dangerous for them to let us leave the scene as this fire rages on here behind me. When fire crews arrived around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, flames had already engulfed this now charred home. Fortunately, everyone was able to get out safely, but the high wind speeds caused these flames to quickly spread to the home next door. It is all unfolding here behind me. You might have just heard something loud go off. Perhaps that's some sort of rubber bullet. We aim to highlight where each candidate stands on the issues that matter most to Asian Americans and immigrant communities here across the state. If the legislature sends the Immigrant Trust Act to your desk, would you sign it into law? As governor, how would you handle the potential for more of these facilities opening in the state? They have to be apprehended in some way, and then they have to be housed in the interim. You tell me, what is your plan then for someone who is undocumented? Can they be promised freedom of speech under your administration?
Oh, absolutely.
This is for folks that maybe English is not their first language, but they want to have access to these documents to be able to understand it in their language. It is not dividing, but it is informing. So
with me as governor, our educational system is going to change drastically.
Something major has changed since the last time I saw you. How important was that endorsement from the president for you? We don't want to forget that he did almost flip the state here.
Now his legal team has until April 23rd to seek a waiver. If they don't meet that deadline, Khalil will be deported to either Syria or Algeria. News articles are circulating online falsely claiming that Gurdwara or Sikh house of worship are being targeted by ICE agents. These raids could very well happen, especially after security protections have been rolled back. I see some questions are coming in real time. And is sab jankari Punjabi which we have, so click on the link. Although the former mayor of Montclair, Sean Spiller, and Representatives Josh Gottheimer and Mikey Sherrill are all running against the current mayor of Newark, Ras Baraka, today they are standing by his side after he was arrested and released here at Delaney Hall.
If you're going to come after one of us, you're going to come after all of us. That's why we're standing here today, to say, hey, we weren't sure if Mayor Baraka would have been able to be here today, but we were going to be here to say it's unacceptable, and just because you try and silence one of us, you're not going to silence all of us.
Standing just steps away from where Newark Mayor Ras Baraka was arrested less than 24 hours ago, gubernatorial opponent Sean Spiller and Congressman Josh Gottheimer united.
I even sent a letter to the Attorney General, the United States Attorney General, this morning saying you're dropping those charges right now, and you're going to reverse course here.
The mayor, who has been charged with trespassing, stepped beyond the gate at the 1,000-bed facility privately operated by Geo Group to join a congressional delegation touring the detention center on Friday. He's been a vocal critic of ICE housing migrants at Delaney Hall, despite ongoing legal battles over permits. Prior to his release, interim U.S. Attorney Alina Habba releasing a statement saying, quote, he has willingly chosen to disregard the law. That will not stand in the state. He has been taken into custody. No one is above the law.
It's about standing up for the folks who are inside here right now, who don't have anyone who can take a peek inside, who don't know who's being held, who don't know what the conditions are. You know, this is just not who we are as a country, and we've got to speak up for it.
Representative Mikey Sherrill, also running for governor, speaking up later on in the day.
To see a police force where we couldn't identify them. They had their badges covered, they didn't have insignia, they didn't have names, they had bandanas on, dark glasses, no accountability. That should not be happening here in New Jersey.
Meantime, on the Republican side, the mayor of Newark has faced criticism for not focusing on other issues such as what's going on here at the airport, and some even going as far as calling this a publicity stunt. When fire crews arrived around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, flames had already engulfed this now charred home. Fortunately, everyone was able to get out safely, but the high wind speeds caused these flames to quickly spread to the home next door.
I was in my kitchen getting ready to cook my dinner, decided I needed to go to the store. I went into the living room and I heard a loud explosion. And so I said, well, let me go and check and see what this is.
That loud boom Yolanda Carter heard Sunday afternoon could have been a propane or oxygen tank. According to the Jersey City Deputy Fire Chief, they both exploded as crews fought a 4-alarm fire here on Danforth Avenue.
There was a cop on the porch and he was telling me, you gotta hurry up and get out the house. And then I saw all the smoke, black smoke, all the fire engines and people on the sidewalk. And when I came out, I said, oh my God, the house was on fire.
The wind quickly pushing flames through House 165 and onto 163, leaving 22 adults and 4 children with no home.
I was concerned about the children and the family that lived in that apartment. So I'm glad everyone got out safely.
It's mind-baffling. I've been on this block and I know the building. You know, it's, I don't know how the fire started, of course. My neighbors are devastated by the whole thing, you know, and we have 3 houses that are involved.
A fire captain's hands had to be stitched up due to deep cuts he got during their efforts, the wind making for a particularly challenging day.
It's sad. There's no other word for it, and I really feel sorry for them. But as I said, if we're able to help out in any way, I'm glad to do it.
The American Red Cross is providing assistance to the impacted families. A cause of this fire is still under investigation. We're at Saturn Pizza in Brick Township, just one of many restaurants showing their support to fire crews as they continue their efforts with the Jones Road wildfire. The owner tells me donating pizza is just a small way to show his gratitude.
What could I do for you guys? Sure.
Pizza with a purpose.
I was actually driving up the Parkway, and the first thing I thought about was, do I turn around? That night I said, what would Grandma do? And I would only ask her for advice. So this was what I came up with.
Giovanni Catani opened up his pizzeria just 2 weeks after his grandma lost her battle with cancer this past February. She was with him throughout the renovation process, and he still feels her here today.
She wrote to me, Giovanni, remember your determination and never give up. Make all your dreams come true. Best wishes for success. Keep God in heart and mind. Love you, heart and soul. Grandma Sandy.
Giovanni says the firefighters who've been out here for days operate with the same heart and soul as his grandma, a nurse.
They're heroes every day, but after what we've seen and how they've kept this contained, there's nothing. This is the prime example.
Caliber Construction also teamed up with Eat Clean Bro to drop off food to first responders still here on scene.
Local businesses in town to the residents have been dropping off everything, food, water, everything that you could think of. It's been amazing, actually. Very proud of the community for this.
And if you want to help Giovanni or any of these other local restaurants or businesses in showing their support, we have a growing list of ways that you can help in this story on our website. Reporting in Brick Township, Joti Rekhi, News 12 New Jersey.